Hi, everyone, and welcome to, sorry, we were, one of those pre-live conversations, and this is one of those live lives, so we can't like edit it out. So this is season 3, episode 7 of Creative Coaches, and I am so excited that we have kind of a continuation from yesterday's workshop that we called The Rhythm of Learning, and it was just an amazing experience of creativity. So my name is Dan Roeder. I'm the Chief Academic Officer of the David Z Foundation, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Donna Guerin. I'm founder of Global Lighthouse Studios, where we connect teachers and students around the world through the lens of music and the arts.
And our special guest down below.
Hello, my name is Cody. I'm happy to be here.
Hi, Cody. Cody, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm just Cody.
I'm just Cody. I'm 33 years old. I live in Long Beach, California now. I'm a musician and a filmmaker and all around curious about improving my craft. So I'm grateful to be under you two right now and here to study and just expand my creative vocabulary.
You know what I love about what you just said is that yesterday you introduced yourself as somebody in the film industry and and you're aspiring to be a musician. And now you just said, I'm a musician and a filmmaker.
It takes one workshop.
That's everything. You're a musician now. Yeah, I love it. So we did just a real brief synopsis of what we did yesterday. We started with the goal was to create a chorus of a song and then fully produce it. So we started with a question of what is a lesson you learned in this last year? And then we said, don't worry about the details. Don't give us all the sensory things that go along with it. What's the lesson? And so it, typically becomes universally relatable, like a song has to be. And then we use that lesson as the hook of the chorus. We built out a couple more phrases and then built the chorus. And that was, what led us into exploring Soundtrap and producing the chorus. So that's actually where we're, I said before we started, we're pulling out the sonic bookmark and we're saying, we're going to start with this chorus that we have already crafted yesterday lyrically. And now we're going to work more in Soundtrap and produce it. So Cody, I'm going to go ahead and share your screen.
Yes.
Cody has graciously accepted being, open to inviting us into his creative process. And so he was just made aware of Soundtrap yesterday. And, Cody, can you tell us just a little bit about the lyrics that you wrote and then where you are right now in the process?
Yes. So I definitely spent the majority of the time so far on the lyrics. So I'm not sure, I don't think you can see my notes app, but I've got 2 verses, a chorus. The chorus is interesting. It's quite short. So the lesson that, I was led to write about was love equals presence. What is the feeling of love? The feeling of love to me is, as I've learned recently, is presence, being in the now and out of my head and in my heart. So I've been toying around with a song structure and it ultimately feels pretty traditional, but I think that that's perfectly okay. So as far as the vibe of the song, that's where I was getting I was reading the lyrics and I'm like, I can't quite determine how this should or wants to sound. It almost feels like a country vibe, a little more acoustic. But that's the thing. I'm so open to experimentation right now. I'm not even certain where my voice and my musical, what my musical direction is. So as far as what's on the screen right now in Soundtrap, it is definitely an acoustic kind of, country vibe. And so that's sort of the draft 1. Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and play us what you have? And let's just listen to it musically first, and then we can talk more about the lyrics.
So that's it. That's the loops so far.
I love it. Yeah. And so that's what one of the wonderful things about being able to see graphically, what the song is like, what that structure is, and then being able to hear it. You can see like that little green blip, like obviously it signals something that we're adding an instrument, there's a change in the mood, the lyric. And I don't know exactly what that was, but I heard it, like it was kind of like a little guitar lick, I think. But what I love seeing now, like having just been introduced to this yesterday, you're already looking at dynamics. I can see the fades that you have, as things come in and as they are spatialized. I can't really see it, but it looks like you've been playing with panning a little bit. I would say like maybe start with everything center first, and
Okay.
and then you can kind of pan things left, pan things right. But
Okay.
it looks like right now you have a lot, like everything's kind of on the right side. At least that's what it looks like. Maybe that's not panning, because it's small on my screen. But I just want to say, like that's a really good vibe. I can already tell just by the loops that you chose. That it's got, you're in complex meter, like there's this 4 pattern that's going on at the same time. We're subdividing into 3, so just musically it's telling me this is a complex subject. So I wanted to just see if maybe we already did the lyric workshop yesterday, but can you go ahead and just read whatever lyrics you have? And you're already an A+ student because you started writing verses and the assignment was a chorus. So, but I do want to hear just everything, in context.
The whole,
Because
like
what we
the
talked
whole.
about, yeah, go for it. But just
Okay.
for our audience, what we talked about yesterday is we're building this from the inside out. So we start with that hook of the chorus, we build out to the full chorus, and that's going to be like that very, not generalized but accessible, and it's universally accessible to people to understand. So there is that kind of generalization feel. And that's what anthems are. Like a chorus in an anthem is always going to have like the even number of lines. There's going to be a really tight rhyme scheme. You're going to have that rhythm that really moves you forward. And then the verses tell the sensory details. So that's where I think if you're a beginner in songwriting, that's a good place to start, is just saying like the chorus is my lesson, and then the verses are my examples. This is how this happened. And then we can talk from there, like how we expand that. But yeah, just go ahead, Cody. I'd love to hear your lyrics.
Sure. So yeah, I don't know that it's going to qualify for the anthem format, but we'll go ahead and go. So
that's fine.
Verse 1 is, if I'm all by myself or holding your hand, I can't be out of my head if it's still in the sand. Lost wondering what, why, and how does one find themselves lost in the now? I just want to be in love. Now would someone tell me the essence? Love equals presence. So then the chorus is a short chorus. It says, love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. It feels like, ooh, ah, yes, finally living out loud. So then we go to verse 2 is, when you listen to a song, do you actually hear the words, or are you flying in the future, tripping over birds? Have you gone memory fishing, catching highs and lows? Either way, you ain't here, so pack up and go. You say you want to be in love. Would you tell me let me tell you the essence. Love equals presence. And so then chorus 2 is a little different. It says, love feels like the bliss high above all the clouds. It feels like, sweet kiss, how we're making me proud. And then I did what felt like a bridge. It says, they say it ain't easy to truly do nothing, and they're right. But baby, when you look into my eyes and I see you seeing me, life is romanticized. And the final chorus is a little longer, and this is how I would close. It says, love feels like the moment you let your heart go, the current of an afterglow. Peace in these moments, peace like we're dead, yet always still breathing. Trust what I've said.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Like Donna and I were like, "Oh my gosh!" Yeah, no, that's so. Donna, I want to pass the mic to you because A+ student.
Yeah, like I mean, that's incredible to be able to write that in less than 24 hours, right? That was pretty incredible. I love that. I
Guys.
love the vibe of the music too. I feel like you really captured the essence from just the little bit that we heard today. I really feel like you captured the essence of what the message you're trying to get across in the song. So
Yeah.
Aw,
And
okay.
you know, the gently modulating chorus actually really matches the way that you musically set things up. You know, you're kind of introducing something and then taking it away. You know, like that's just kind of the so it's you know, it's like a kaleidoscope where you have this slightly shifting perspective. And so that's maybe you know, here's a lesson in how to kind of take things out that, you know, or to just really make sure that what you have there is supporting the lyric. So it's a technique called poking holes. So one of the things you can do, and this is just like showcasing a feature of any DAW, whether using Soundtrap or whatever. If you, let's see, it's usually marked M, but if you can mute the track, Donna, I think it's the little headphone thing, right?
yes,
Or is that,
no, it's
yeah.
the little headphone thing. You click
Yeah,
on that and then
Command
like
M.
on the track that you want to mute, like go to
Oh,
the
okay.
left there. And see
yeah,
that
well,
little
you did it.
headphone?
I mean, Command M did
Oh,
it
I
too.
see. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I think that's soloing, which is fine too. You know, so that's one of the things that, like, let's say go to the middle. I can't even see the measured numbers. This is maybe I need to go to the you know, optician. But, oh, now I can see it. Okay, so measure like 25, where you have a lot of things that are happening all at once.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when you can kind of go to things and as you're starting to put melody to it, this is usually where I start. I guess I should have asked you, like, do you have a melody in your head that you've started with, or is that kind of where you are right now?
That's where I'd say that's where I am right now.
Okay, I intuited that. Yeah.
Cool.
So, you know, one of the things that you can do is start poking holes and, you know, just say like, I want, you know, for right now, you have one track solo, that first track. Maybe go back a measure or like back to measure 21. So can you go ahead and hit the space bar?
I think
Okay,
I
so
muted everything though.
that's already muted. Oh yeah, that's right.
the
You
sound
muted
of
that.
silence.
That's it. Yeah. So all you have to do is like unclick that little
For which
on track one, the mic.
oh, track
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, there you go. So
Or, no, this one. Sorry, David, you want this one?
yeah, so let's just listen to that track. And Donna, this is where you can definitely jump in on Soundtrap. I'm so used to Ableton and Logic and BandLab. So Soundtrap's a little bit newer to me. But yeah, it looks like now track one will play. There you go. Yeah, that's when you fade it down. Good. Okay. So now, if you go ahead and hit the little headphone thing, I believe that's their solo button. Sometimes it's marked as an S, but then go down to the blue one. Yep, and hit that headphone one. So you're soloing those together, and then go back to measure 21, and then let's go ahead and play that. Right. And so like just as you were composing this, I would say, let's leave it here. This is where I want to, you know, workshop a little bit with you. And I do want to, you know, make sure we're being respectful of time, but I think this is maybe where we can find part of the melody of the chorus. And I think that can be our goal for this. So can you just play that one more time?
Yes. I'm going to make sure that this is actually unmuted. I don't think it was unmuted. I don't know if this is.
And that's good. Yeah. Great. Great. Okay, so now go ahead and mute the first track, the pink one. Yep. Okay, great. So now that we've heard them separately and we've heard them together, which one do you as a creator gravitate towards more? Like,
I think
if you had to pick.
blue. Blue.
Okay, blue. Perfect. All right, go ahead and play that one again. Let's get that in our ears. All right, so now can you just read the first chorus? Because I know you kind of modulate on the chorus. What is
Yes.
the first chorus?
Love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. It feels like ooh, ah, yes, finally living out loud.
Okay, so now here's the process. I'm going to go back to the beginning of that blue track.
Yes.
And then let's see, how many cells are there? It's a loop. So for the first 2 times through, I just want you to be thinking those words. Okay.
Okay.
And then for the next 2 times through, I want you to be whispering those words. And then the final few tracks, I want you to start singing those words.
Okay.
All right, so go for it. Now we'll whisper.
Love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. It feels like ooh, ah, yes. I'm living out loud. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah.
All right, now, okay, so no judgment. This is,
Yeah,
I should have said this before. No judgment. Now I
Okay.
want you to just see if you can repeat what you sang during that.
Okay. Now, with like a
Just
acapella.
right now. Yeah, acapella. Go for it.
Love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. Feels like ooh, ah, yes. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm feeling so bass, but
So now try and take that bass, go bum bum bum. Love. It's the same as love, you know.
love feels like
Try it
a
again.
hush. Love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. It feels like ooh, ah, yes. Finally living out loud.
And then what would come next? And this is where, you know, the music can sometimes inform the lyric. What would come next, maybe, to finish that thought?
In words or in music, you mean?
Either. You know, let's go with words.
Okay. Well, so then is that ignoring what I've presupposed is the next lyric, just sort of starting over from?
No, that's up to you. Like, I always ask really intentionally open questions, because
Okay.
I don't want you to think like I'm moving you in a direction. That's where, you know, and this is a teaching moment. This is a coaching moment,
Okay.
because I would much rather have what you have inside, whatever it was that made you gravitate towards that guitar loop, and then whatever made you gravitate towards those lyrics and that melody, which is beautiful, by the way. So you could be thinking like, how would I finish that in a different way lyrically? How would I finish that in a different way melodically? How would I take the next lyric that I've written and you know, sing it? So I want you to just one more time, if you remember the melody, you know, start from the beginning of the melody, and then just when you feel like you need to stop, then stop.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, like, because so love feels like a hush fell over the crowd. It feels like ooh, ah, yes, finally living out loud. But I want to build more. Like, I'm feeling like the tone and the energy level. Granted, I'm not projecting, but the energy level is not really resonating. I feel like it wants to be more enthusiastic, and so I could.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're. I mean, what? Like oh yeah, you know, and then like the music gets a little heavier, you know, a little more of a build.
So what you had, just what I heard, and why I asked you the question was when you were going like ooh yeah, you know, and then you can start that melody over again. Ba na 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 na. You know, so you can kind of it's something. There's now I'm going to get nerdy. Music theorist Mark N. Thacker and he has a book called The Primordial Line. And what you were doing is, you were kind of saying, this is the world of my song. This, and then you start it again. So you've already set an expectation. And maybe that defies expectation. You go down to that bass note, or you go na na na, and you kind of add some notes on top of it. So that's what you do with melody, is you're always setting expectations and either fulfilling them or defying them. So
Okay.
I want, this is a short show, and I wish I could do this for like 2 hours, but I want to be respectful of all of our time. Can you just from the beginning of the chorus, that where we started that ba da 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 da, if you could just start there and sing the melody, just with that in mind. Like, here's the last question I'm going to ask you: where would you go next? And just thinking melodically.
Okay. Play or no play?
Go ahead and play it, because we could hear you sing over it. It was great. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to.
Yeah.
Love feels like a hello sky. It feels like who I am. Finally living out
Yeah. So, what's interesting is, I think this may have been a really good way to find the verse melody, because that's just the feeling of, that feeling of it could go somewhere. And that's maybe the thing that happens next, is we get into the chorus melody. So whatever that chord is, like, let's say if you're in C major, and you're just kind of hovering there, a lot of songs do that. They stay on the same chord for the whole verse. It's a surprising number of songs that do that. And then they'll maybe go to the 4 chord, and that kind of moves us into like a pre-chorus, or maybe they're getting, into the chorus. But that sense of movement, may be what you're searching for. So I hope that helps. Now, like the next assignment would be, what does that sound like? Now recording your voice. Because that's it. We want, when we're coaching songwriting, we want the song to come from you. That's the difference between coaching songwriting and then co-writing, is that we have to guide you to find that song that's already there. And that's it can be challenging sometimes. So Don, I want to pass it back over to you. Just any observations, any advice, coaching. So over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a wonderful way to exhibit that difference, like you said, between coaching and co-writing, because that's a true difference. And I would like to challenge Cody to come back in a couple of weeks. Let's give him time, so we're not like putting all this homework.
So not tomorrow.
Like not tomorrow, but maybe next week or the week after, whenever you're ready and comfortable. And we would love to hear the finished product.
Cool. I would love to do that. And I love having the accountability too, because this will be my first truly composed song, and utilizing a program like Soundtrap is incredibly helpful. So I appreciate the push. Thank you both.
All right. So
awesome.
Challenge
Thank
accepted.
you.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll check back with you in a couple of weeks. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. And we do have shows like this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that Donna and I do together between Global Lighthouse Studios and David Z Foundation. On my screen, I'm very choppy. Am I choppy on yours too?
A little bit, a little tough.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to say too that I'm super excited to announce that Global Lighthouse Studios is officially teaming up with Lady Rocket Foundation, and we're going to be bringing space and arts education around the world. So I'm super excited about that. So
cool.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, and also I know you already said it yesterday, but just for this audience, you are one of the official Soundtrap partners too. Like that's Soundtrap has given us this, this amazing package of licenses to do this kind of work and to work with schools around the world. So congratulations on that, Donna, for that's a very huge, opportunity for students to connect with each other, with their learning, and with their schools and communities through songwriting.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we
All
will
right.
see you all on Monday.
See you Monday, and thanks, Cody.